Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, February 6th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 697 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Chris Pratt's brother and other California police officer shared 3%er gun militia imagery online, report. 2 more cheerleaders linked to Netflix's Cheer charged with sexual misconduct with minors. Critics say Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez exaggerated her Capitol riot story. Here's what she said. A woman charged in the Capitol riot can take a trip to Mexico after a federal judge rules in her favor. Trump funneled money from donors into private business after election loss, report finds. Unique insects built giant nest clinging to tree, Texas officials say. What are they? Trump supporters boycott Bank of America for helping in Capitol riot investigation. Rachel Maddow sells Manhattan apartment for $2.3 million. Rural community in shock after Georgia health officials raid clinic vaccinating teachers. Grandmother, 64, robbed of $1,000 in cash for Lunar New Year in San Jose. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Drew Brees restructures contract to give Saints more cap space, NBC Sports. Protests break out in Myanmar in defiance of military coup, CNN. Putin is turning his main threat into a martyr, will attack on Navalny, journalists and 5,700 detained Russians backfire, USA Today. Britt Reid, son of Andy Reid and assistant Chiefs coach, involved in multi-car crash, WABC TV. Christopher Plummer got a third act worth singing about, Associated Press. BKFC 16 Knuckle Mania highlights, Paige Van Zandt drops decision to Britain Hart in debut, MMA Mania. Supreme Court partly backs religious challenge to California virus restrictions, The New York Times. Putin's once scorned vaccine is now a favorite in pandemic fight, Bloomberg. State aims to concentrate on seniors with next vaccine shipment, KPRC to click to Houston. Fox News Media cancels Lou Dobbs tonight, NPR. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. These adorable puppies just predicted who'll win Super Bowl 2021. Pretty close to perfect, revisits Lou Dobbs' most pro-Trump propaganda moments. Sean Hannity's promotion of conspiracy theories exposed in scathing supercut. Chris Cuomo slaps GOP with a damning new nickname. Judge lets florist charged in Capitol riot go to Mexico for work-related bonding retreat. German woman, 95, charged with complicity in 10,000 concentration camp deaths. $2.8 million in Trump re-election donations went to the Trump Organization, report. Twitter critics positively giddy after Fox drops Lou Dobbs tonight. NFL offers all 30 stadiums for COVID-19 vaccination sites. Hilaria Baldwin apologizes for Spanish debacle, I should have been more clear. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Police, stolen therapy dog reunited with owner. Daycare owner arrested over unresponsive baby. Omaha woman honored as unsung hero. Several fishermen rescued from Saginaw Bay. Bus veers off-road to avoid sliding into traffic. Racially charged recordings prompt investigations. Mayor responds to news found in firehouse. Officer pulls suicidal man to safety on overpass. Goodwill finds owners of baby memory box donated in Bella Vista. PD, woman left child unattended to go to a party. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. To fight or hide, fear grips Myanmar with military back in charge. In Afghanistan, a booming kidney trade preys on the poor. Migrant families force Biden to confront new border crisis. How the United States lost to hackers. HNA was once China's biggest dealmaker, now it faces bankruptcy. A no-bid contract to track COVID vaccinations draws frustration, and a cease and desist. Yes, people are smoking more. Progressives made a splash, can they pass bills, too? These people really did not want to give up their hot yoga. How the pandemic left the $25 billion Hudson Yards eerily deserted. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Shooter in snow shoveling murder-suicide was decorated Navy vet. Josh Hawley's wife files criminal complaint after Virginia protest outside couple's home. 8 things you can buffalo that are chicken wings. A Tom Brady approved guacamole recipe, how to make it, and what he dips into it. Win $1,000 on Nebraska-Michigan State with Fox Super 6. Win $1,000 on Iowa-Indiana with Fox Super 6. Army hammer dropped by talent agency WME, reports. Live updates, Biden revokes terrorist designation for Yemen's Houthis. Live updates, who is presiding over Trump's impeachment trial? 2 more with ties to Netflix's Cheer arrested on sexual misconduct charges. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, February 6th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. James Brown set to host Super Bowl pregame, halftime and post-game show for record 10th time. The X factor for Tampa to win is that front four. Cliff Avril breaks down why the Bucs pass rush could determine Super Bowl LV. A look at all of Tom Brady's Super Bowl records. Super Bowl LV picks, Chiefs or Bucs probably going to cover the point spread, says Sportsline's Kenny White. Lorraine Toussaint on CBS The Equalizer, I've always admired Queen Latifah. Super Bowl 2021 key matchup, can Kansas City's banged-up offensive line hold off Bucs pass rush? Tony Romo on Super Bowl LV matchup, Patrick Mahomes has rare ability to challenge Tom Brady as greatest of all time. This pillow fight just got very real, David Hogg starting pillow company to rival MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell. Stimulus check latest, help is nearing, what's the timeline for next economic relief payment? The Brady story rocks, but pick against Patrick Mahomes at your own peril. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Stop zone for lorry drivers to be COVID tested is mired in cocaine and sex scandals. Life after lockdown, alcohol could be banned from pubs in April. Passengers arriving in the UK will now have to take 2 tests during their isolation period. Bucs Fizz star Cheryl Baker has been left broke by lockdown. Biggest NHS shakeup in more than a decade. Prince Harry hangs out with James Corden and camera crew, atop double-decker bus in Hollywood. Meals and Wheels, Indian restaurant offers in-car dining experience. Gavin Williamson wants students to start returning to universities from next month. Leaked Ministry of Defense report reveals 32 infantry battalions dangerously short of soldiers. New fat-free ice cream tastes 99.5% the same as the real thing. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Afghan officials, separate blasts in Kabul kill 3, wound 4. text, letter, drop-in clinic, 5 countries and the various paths for a vaccine appointment. Pakistan arrests 2 on child porn charges after Interpol tip. An antidote to pandemic blues, with some assembly required. Myanmar blocks internet amid first large street protests since coup. Unwilling to wait, poorer countries seek their own vaccines. Japanese leader Suga tried to soften his image with talk of pancakes and sit-ups. Polls say it hasn't worked. UN kicks off selection of next Secretary General. Discounts, tax breaks and bonuses, how governments and employers are incentivizing coronavirus vaccination. Biden faces a relieved but cautious Europe. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus hive. Boris Johnson says still early days to talk about lifting restrictions. Russia reports 16,627 cases. Myanmar military shuts down internet as thousands protest against coup. Brady or Mahomes, our predictions for the Chiefs v Buccaneers Super Bowl. Skincare line for men of color launches an industry known for racist attitudes. Seditionaries, FBI net closes on MAGA mob that stormed the Capitol. I lost everything, laid off workers battle Florida's chaotic benefit system. Bored of your 4 walls? Let me share my pro tip, get some wild wallpaper. Hadley Freeman. Hugging is like medicine, it gives us hope, friends and lovers on the joy of touch. Dominic Thiem, I had many doubts after losing Australian Open final to Manny Carriel. Conservative world of sumo slow to take action on concussion. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Actor Christopher Plummer dies at 91. Woman arrested over Capitol riot allowed to take trip to Mexico, judge rules. Judge sets bail hearing for Kyle Rittenhouse next week. Senator Sassy pushes back against GOP activists. Police, 3 officers shot by suspect who is barricaded in home. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Myanmar coup, internet shut down as crowds protest against military. Christopher Plummer, Hollywood pays tribute to one of the greats. Biden, erratic Trump should not get intelligence briefings. Biden pushes $1.9 trillion bill without Republican support. COVID, vaccine tensions stoke German criticism of EU's von der Leyen. Myanmar coup, what now for Aung San Suu Kyi? Coronavirus in Tanzania, the country that's rejecting the vaccine. The world's deepest dive. Amanda Gorman effect, it's going to open doors for poets. Project 17, I was told to clean my own school toilets. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. She was the first black person freed by Lincoln, long before his presidency. Her grave was paved over and her story hardly known. Transgender activists in the South are battling homelessness with tiny homes and private shelters amid COVID-19. UK variant found in Hawaii. Iowa governor lifting mask requirements. Latest COVID-19 updates. 1,000 plus troops to help vaccine distribution. At-home test surge coming. Johnson & Johnson applies for authorization. Latest COVID-19 updates. Procession honors slain New Mexico state officer. As impeachment manager, delegate gets her say. Salma Hayek defies ageism, I'm 54 and I'm working more than ever. Today in history for February 6th. Sassy pushes back against Nebraska's censure threat. Double masking, protect yourself from COVID variants. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Former TPG executive William McGlashan to plead guilty in college admissions scandal. Gask makes exception to death penalty ban for boy next door killer. To get through its budget crisis, LA could postpone paying some of its bills. LA County faces severe limits in first dose of COVID-19 vaccines amid shortages. Here's the latest on second dose vaccine appointments in LA County. Antonio Bernabe, hard-charging immigrant rights advocate, dies of COVID-19. Former Garcetti aide says top mayoral advisor engaged in unwanted touching. Mass vaccination site opens at Cal Poly Pomona. Next up, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. San Quentin prison is fined $421,880 over deadly COVID-19 conditions. 28 inmates and an officer died. Napa County pauses COVID-19 vaccine rollout to save second doses. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, February 6, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Italy's births plunge, busting lockdown baby boom expectations. Myanmar blocks internet amid first large street protests since coup, The Washington Post. Myanmar, new internet blackout. Heinous and reckless. The whole country is in internet blackout right now as the military hunts to shut down the internet when people start to protest on the streets. Russian police have detained 2 gay men who escaped from the Republic of Chechnya and handed them over to Chechen authorities. Canada to officially open door to young Hong Kongers next week. Putin plans to crush the Navalny protest movement, encouraged by that playbook working in Venezuela and Belarus, intelligence sources say. Turkey, Erdogan promises no mercy towards Istanbul protesters. Myanmar coup, teachers join growing protests against military. U.S. intends to revoke terrorist designation of Yemen's Houthis. Greta Thunberg effigies burned in India over tweet supporting farmer protest. Former ruling party in Pakistan concedes to having received funds from Osama bin Laden in 90s during foreign funding scrutiny case. Fact check, Greta Thunberg has not been arrested or charged by Indian police for tweeting about a protest. German woman, 95, charged with complicity in more than 10,000 murders during World War II. Russian court orders mining giant to pay nearly $2 billion for Arctic spill. Jamaica faces marijuana shortage as farmers struggle. The next headlines are from Forbes. Why are we still talking about hydrogen? How to avoid climate disaster the Bill Gates way. Obamacare provider Oscar Health files for IPO. Nets star Kevin Durant won't travel to Philadelphia after being pulled for health protocols. Community is at the heart of social audio with Clubhouse. The latest COVID-19 pandemic shortage, chicken wings, right before Super Bowl Sunday. Marcell Ozuna returns to Atlanta Braves, even if the DH spot might not. Interview, Salma Hayek talks Bliss, her character, and more. For the New York Mets, not signing Trevor Bauer might be the new not signing Mike Hampton. Policy experts propose a bipartisan path to COVID-19 pandemic relief, after divided Senate vote. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Tardigrade Circus and the Tree of Life, January's best science images. COVID research updates, one man's COVID therapy drives worrisome viral mutations. Daily briefing, Einsteinium illuminates the edge of the periodic table. Vaccines are curbing COVID, data from Israel show drop in infections. What's the risk of dying from a fast-spreading COVID-19 variant? The future of grant proposals is video. Instacrop, CRISPR enables high-speed plant domestication. These gels jump into the air with a snap and a pop. Coronapod, variants, what you need to know. The moon's water is blowing in the wind. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,684,184,513 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. The Wanting Mayor Review, a visually transporting fable with a stubbornly opaque story. What's next for Morgan Wallen? The country music industry considers his future, and its own. Filmmaker John Alston on his timely short feature Augustus. Foo Fighters producer Greg Kurstin talks home recording Medicine at Midnight. Christopher Plummer, an impishly irascible, velvet-voiced actor who touched something timeless. Taiwan crime series launched by Imagine, 60%, Cal Films exclusive. Army Hammer dropped by WME in wake of social media allegations. Brendan is mind-numbing, Jennifer Lopez intros Draw With Me about family members' journey. WME reaches deal with WGA on packaging and Endeavor content divestment. Henry Cavill won't appear as Superman in Shazam 2. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Why the pandemic is 10 times worse than you think. Fox News Media cancels Lou Dobbs tonight. Iowa rolls back coronavirus restrictions. Kroger offers $100 bonus to employees who get vaccinated. U.S. judge grants accused rioters request to vacation in Mexico. Biden doesn't think $15 federal minimum wage hike will survive COVID-19 relief bill. Global initiative to start shipping vaccines to Africa, where supplies are low. Acting Capitol Police Chief promises significant changes following deadly riot. Coronavirus frequently asked questions, I'm afraid of needles. Does the COVID-19 vaccine hurt? Education Department launches first federal effort to track school reopening. The following headlines are from The Week. The week's best photojournalism. House investigators are compiling Trump allies' pre-riot plans and have video of Roger Stone hanging with a militia group. NFL offers all stadiums as mass COVID-19 vaccination sites. Savvy Washington insiders strike again. The Daily Gossip, Christopher Plummer dies at 91, The Weeknd gears up for a solo halftime show, and more. Air Force launches security review after intruder gets into aircraft at Joint Base Andrews. The Week Contest, Bigfoot Hunt. Explosive Woody Allen documentary featuring video account from 7-year-old Dylan Farrow to debut on HBO. Watch Michael B. Jordan, Matthew McConaughey, Will Ferrell, and Maya Rudolph in the funniest 2021 Super Bowl commercials. Uneven rules spur thousands of people to cross state lines for COVID-19 vaccines. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Leggy this week, amid pandemic, Abbott prioritizes red meat. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. The lava lake returns to Kilauea. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers can predict when a galaxy star formation ends based on the shape and size of its disk. A new radar instrument will try to fill the void left by Arecibo. What looked like phosphine on Venus might actually just be sulfur dioxide. Dark Energy Survey finds hundreds of new gravitational lenses. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, February 6th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Star hop from Pegasus to the Andromeda Galaxy. Moon in Antares before dawn February 6th. What does Earth look like from outer space? What's the difference between asteroids and comets? Morning moon gazer. The moon rock in Washington National Cathedral. Martin Schmidt solves the puzzle of quasars. The next news is from Politico. Joe Biden's cabinet, who's in, and who voted against them. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Biden's first 100 days. Borrell stands by as Lavrov calls EU unreliable partner. Supreme Court lifts California worship bans prompted by coronavirus. Sassy inflames GOP with anti-Trump video. Blinken to revoke Pompeo's terror label on Yemen's Houthis. Fox Business cancels Lou Dobbs show. Biden casts doubt on $15 minimum wage hike in COVID relief package. Biden says Trump should not receive intelligence briefings. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Sydney Sixers v Perth Scorchers live, Big Bash League final at the SCG. Watch out Barty, entry school returns, set on #1 status. Cash in the bank or age pension, which provides a better lifestyle? You don't need to be rich to enter residential aged care. Cheap by rocketing by proves love conquers all in $1 million sprint. It's a highlight reel goal, MacArthur, Wanderer share spoils in thriller. Rosamund Pike, I'm not comfortable with the feeling of a lot of fame and no respect. I was a cash-strapped single mom with too many horses, but they saved me. Why I am grateful for the books I wrote, and abandoned. The performance that helped Richard Marx fulfill his teenage dream. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Moneyest, I feel like she has joined some abusive cult. My wife makes $25,000 and only gets 1.5% annual pay raises. What can I do? The Moneyest, I have been plagued by enormous guilt and regret. I tried to care for my late father, but I gave up. How can I ever forgive myself? The Moneyest, my sister put our mother in a nursing home, where she died of COVID-19. Should I take legal action against her or the nursing home? Market Extra, individual investors are back. Here's what it means for the stock market. The ratings game, Activision stock price sees 1984 levels, record valuation on expansion plans. Personal Finance Daily, the IRS says teachers can deduct hand sanitizer costs and how Dolly Parton's Super Bowl ad glosses over the reality for millions of gig workers. Newswatch, individual investors are back. Here's what it means for the stock market. FanDuel CEO says the pandemic could force more states to legalize sports betting. Overconfidence, why it's mostly men under 30 trading Bitcoin. These are the top TikTok accounts that are fueling the stock buzz for younger investors. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Patent Law 101, a virtual workshop, West Seattle blog. Domino's awarded fees after win in weak menu patent case, Law 360. BioWorld MedTech patent highlights, Week 4 2021 to 2002-05, BioWorld Online. How great American inventor Woody Norris approaches patents, Forbes. Charts of the week, Black inventors, Black white wealth gap, Black men poorly served by schools, Brookings Institution. Apple has been sued by Gesture Technology Partners for infringing 4 key camera patents, patently Apple. New ITC 337 investigation powered by battery design patents, the National Law Review. Next Generation Power Modules Patent Landscape 2021, WBG Power Module Patent Landscape dominated by leading SiC MOSFET IP players, ResearchAndMarkets.com, Business Wire. Introduction of patent term extension to the new Chinese, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. The next headlines are from Quartz. Can the pandemic save woodwork? A COVID-19 vaccine apartheid would endanger us all. The most shorted securities in the world are in stocks. 8 tips on being a productive skeptic in your workplace. 8 things to expect from this year's weird, low-key Super Bowl. Citadel Securities gets almost as much trading volume as NASDAQ. Does TikTok have a problem with black women's bodies? 3 reasons why the GameStop saga couldn't have unfolded outside the US. Is the cost of a Super Bowl commercial still worth it for advertisers? AstraZeneca's vaccine is poised to become the leader in most of the world. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Texas Department of Public Safety issues Amber Alert for victim of horror doll Chucky. Content moderation case study, Twitch allows users to enable emote-only chats, 2016. Senators Warner, Hirano, and Klobuchar demand the end of the internet economy. Smartmatic sues 2 Trump lawyers and 3 Fox News hosts for $2.7 billion worths of defamation. Now it's the Democrats' turn to destroy the open internet. Mark Warner's 230 reform bill is a dumpster fire of cluelessness. Daily Deal, Motorola Focus 89 Full HD Wi-Fi indoor camera. Court says lawsuit over CBP searches performed 90 miles from the border can proceed. Huawei attempts to rebuild trust by using fake Twitter telecom experts. Utah theme park sues Taylor Swift over album title after exploiting it. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Space sweepers. Celtics vs. Clippers. Earwig and the Witch. Mike Pence Vice President. Kevin Durant. Butch Reed. Stimulus Check 3. Lou Dobbs. Christian Wood. Mike Lindell documentary. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. You knocked my teeth out. Paige Van Zandt loses to Britain Hart on bare knuckle FC debut in front of celebrity and UFC stars. Video. 2 people reported missing and at least 5 injured after explosion partially demolishes building in Bordeaux, France. Photos. GameStop, incredible rally may not have been boosted by gang of rebel Redditors alone, analysts say. Is this satire? Twitter baffled by report that UK government discussed relocating Prince Edward to Scotland in bid to save the Union. Western pundits believed post-Maidan Ukraine would serve as an example for Russia. In reality, it's become a cautionary tale. He might slip and say something. Biden thinks Trump should be denied traditional intel briefings for former presidents. Russia needs regulations for grain exports to control rising food prices. Putin. Microsoft bans donations to Republicans who objected to Biden victory and shifts lobbying focus to promoting democracy. FBI unwittingly includes meme of nude man in court filing against Capitol rioter. Canceling their own, NIST lead COVID-19 reporter resigns after reprimand for use of N-word fails to appease co-workers. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Netflix is hiking prices 13% in Japan. Clarity in Trump's wake. 10 pounds of high-powered C4 explosives disappear from California military base. During pandemic, China sent millions of counterfeit masks, test kits to U.S. Customs data. Rapper Lil Uzi got $24 million diamond pierced in his forehead. Is a space mining war inevitable? Nevada Gov pushes plan to let companies raise taxes, create local governments. House impeachment brief against Trump threatens freedom of speech of all Americans. Dershowitz. No room for debate. Beijing imposes sweeping pro-China curriculum on Hong Kong schools. Biggest gun control bill in history targets the poor, will make millions of felons overnight. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. India's farmer protests, grabbing the headlines, taking a stand. Indian farmers launch nationwide highway blockade. Libya's tortuous path towards a constitution and elections. Why China's plan for the world's first digital currency matters. UAE drastically cut funding for Palestinian refugee agency. Turkey student protests, new challenge for Erdogan. Thousands of Myanmar protesters in standoff with police in Yangon. New Zealand probes new COVID case linked to quarantine facility. Blinken presses China on Myanmar, Uyghurs, HK in first call. U.S. warship sails near Chinese-controlled Paracel Islands. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Maher, seems like left is obsessed with nonsense like renaming things, not real progress. Koch Network, Chamber of Commerce lobby for Durban, Graham amnesty. Senator Steve Daines leads 47 senators in pledge to block pro-abortion bills. Lincoln Project co-founder Jennifer Horn terminates relationship with organization. CNN Stelter, Lou Dobbs is being held accountable for peddling Trump's lies. Joe Biden puts Americans in the dark by revoking ability to reject refugee dumping in their communities. LA Times likens aggressive niceness of Trumpites to terrorist hospitality, polite Nazis. Donald Trump backs Lou Dobbs after Fox ends program, Nobody Loves America More. Exclusive, Trump allies look to Grenell for potential California governor bid as Newsom recall gains momentum. Joe Biden, Donald Trump should not get intelligence briefings because of erratic behavior. The next headlines are from UPI News. Lottery ticket worth $1.20 spent 3 months in oblivious winner's drawer. Man runs barefoot half marathon in the snow to break Guinness record. Watch, 92-year-old water skier dubbed world oldest by Guinness. Shelter offers to have cats poop on the names of donors' exes. California man uses TikTok to find owner of misdelivered package. Look, stolen handcuffs returned to Los Angeles Police Department with apology note 60 years later. Watch, Brazil pair break Guinness record with 1,010 origami dogs. Look, beefalo on the loose for 6 months resurfaces after snowstorm. California town pays tourists $100 to come visit. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Weird Cross-Species Transplants Part 1. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Another loud, mysterious ground-shaking boom in Tucson, Arizona. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Giant xylophone in a Japanese forest uses gravity to play the most ethereal Bach music. Chicago man goes around buying all of vendors' tamales in fridge attempts then gives them to homeless. Figaro the tool-making cockatoo taught his mates how to craft tools, and stunned scientists. We use 6 billion face masks a day, but scientists have a genius way to turn them into roads. Scientists develop ultra-precise lasers to remove cancers without damaging healthy tissue. Town gives pizza delivery man a new car for 30 years of smiling service. It's my purpose in life. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, February 6th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Scientists are testing a mind-blowing time theory in a nuclear reactor. 3 Pennsylvania neighbors dead after fight over snow shoveling, authorities say. Flock Talk is set to take on big tech. Wallet lost 53 years ago in Antarctica returned to owner. Unmasked man refused service, demands chicken and waffles at gunpoint. Cow named Poshspis becomes world's most expensive heifer after selling for $262,000. If you're starting an online class, check to make sure your professor is alive. A college student Googled his remote instructor and found an obituary. For a $10 donation, a Lexington Humane Society will write your ex's name on one of their litter boxes, and their cats will literally poop on them. San Diego man reunited with wallet lost in Antarctica 53 years ago. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Review: the litter robot is worth $499 to never scoop cat poop again. Space law helps prevent Earth's microbes from polluting other planets. 5 tips to keep your F safe during cold weather. This AI generates music from silent piano performances. After 17 months, India finally restores full 4G coverage in Kashmir. Watch Toyota's self-drifting car put Vin Diesel out of a job. With 19 courses and over 460 hours of content, here's all the CompTIA certification training you need. Gaseous mix-up: scientists thought there could be life on Venus, but there's not. Google engineers quit after the company fired its star AI ethics researcher. Cannot keep up with the Apple Car rumors? Here's what you need to know. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Physical discipline and cognitive deprivation associated with specific types of developmental delay. Fungi in the gut prime immunity against infection. Study identifies Achilles heel of bacterial link to Crohn's disease. New research sheds light on vision loss in Batten disease. New microscopy concept enters into force. New drug targets for childhood cancer neuroblastoma identified. Civil engineers find link between hospitals and schools key to community resilience. Breakthrough in quantum photonics promises a new era in optical circuits. New way to power up nanomaterials for electronic applications. Healthy oceans need healthy soundscapes. The next headlines are from Information Week. How to keep machine learning steady and balanced. New opportunities from tech-driven industry convergence. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, February 6th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah Jazz happy that Gordon Hayward is enjoying clarity and comfort with Hornets now. Utah Jazz are explosive in victory over Hornets, but say they need to get better at slamming the door. Utah will get $6 as part of opioid settlement with McKinsey. Next week's Bayou St. Mary's basketball game is postponed. The triple team, Jazz set franchise 3-point record, again. What if Jazz teams in the past shot like this? MLS and players reach agreement on new CBA. South Salt Lake family opens up about having a car crash through their home. Keep Super Bowl party small, say Utah health experts worried about COVID-19 spread. Darryl Funk named as new Bayou football offensive line coach. Lawmakers advance measure restricting when Utah voters can switch political parties. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Galaxy-size gravitational wave detector hints at exotic physics. New quantum receiver, the first to detect entire radio frequency spectrum. Amy Klobuchar's big antitrust bill wants to end the age of mega mergers. Customized Apple-themed Game Boy Color doubles as an Apple TV remote. SoundCloud to let fans pay artists directly. IBM quantum computers now finish some tasks in hours, not months. Mac Utility Homebrew finally gets native Apple Silicon and M1 support. Nissan's Office Pod imagines a new kind of remote working. Robinhood stops limiting GameStop shares. Russian campaign promotes homegrown vaccine and undercuts rivals. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Kroger offers employees $100 to get vaccinated against COVID. One in custody following carjacking and high-speed chase ending in Maryland Heights. St. Louis mayor asks state for more COVID vaccines and distribution sites for the city. 22-year-old man in custody after adopted father, another man murdered in Godfrey, Ala. Judge approves Capitol riot suspects trip to Mexico. Beware of frigid temperatures causing frozen pipes and water main breaks. Parsons says some local officials overstep their boundaries with COVID restrictions. Task force shares numbers to show challenge of vaccine scarcity in St. Louis. Snow and frigid temperatures expected in the Midwest this weekend. St. Louis County man charged in riot scene with Pelosi nameplate. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Restaurants prepare for Super Bowl Sunday with different look from past years. SeaWorld San Diego reopens this weekend. Breaking down the $1.9 trillion coronavirus plan. President Biden says former President Trump should not receive intelligence briefings. Online group connects San Diegans with Black-owned businesses. Supreme Court, California cannot totally ban indoor worship. UPS driver killed in California crash. Dozens of Escondido Union students, staff under quarantine. First COVID-19 pediatric death reported in San Diego County. 2 women file lawsuit over alleged police bias during Pacific Beach protest. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. GPS tracking device market to witness massive growth by 2026. CalAmp, Orbicom, Sierra Wireless Wall Street call. Marjorie Taylor Greene liked a tweet implicating Mossad in JFK assassination. Tools of the spy game. What a wild life, New York woman's rise from model to spy to countess. Espionage docu 53 shines a timely spotlight on the West's role in Iran's troubled history. Important tips to keep in mind when you buy a spy camera. Omega Underground. Can you use hidden cameras as a part of your surveillance system? IMC Group O. The Equalizer Review, Queen Latifah rules in CBS high-octane reboot. Donald Trump spying allegations, more likely useful idiot than Putin's agent. The Queen appoints top spy as her new Lord Chamberlain. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army engineers to conduct maneuver testing on the RCVL prototypes. U.S. Army awards contract to Oshkosh Defense to upgrade FMTV trucks. Sikorsky to build 6 VH-92A helicopters for Biden administration. Northrop Grumman offers anti-submarine warfare upgrade to unmanned Navy copter. Lockheed Martin successfully tests Morpheus counter-unmanned aerial system. Royal Air Force receives its 5th Poseidon Maritime Patrol aircraft. U.S. Army moves Ukrainian T-84 tank to Yuma Proving Ground. U.S. Army flows newest combat vehicles into Europe. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Kuaishou reaches $159 billion valuation after largest tech IPO since Uber. China wants to ban tainted celebrities, for good. What a John Le Carre novel can teach about China. Deloitte accused of operational and ethical malpractice in China auditing division. We were smart, China's controversial subculture tells its story. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, February 6, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Boost in business, Walnut Creek restaurants prepare for busy weekend. AP analysis, federal executions likely a COVID superspreader. Scientists race to stop spread of COVID-19 variant. Supply concerns as COVID-19 mass vaccination sites open in Bay Area. Judge, Trump hotel liable for environmental law violations. Arinda schools could reopen as early as next week. 49ers great Charlie Kruger dies at 84. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Injuries everywhere, Russia, Italy to meet in ATP Cup final. Defending champ Kenin, leg will be okay for Australian Open. Durant cannot start, cannot finish game for virus protocols. Jazz hit 26 3s, continue roll with 138-121 win over Hornets. Washington State tops number 5 UCLA 67-63. Authorities, Lakeview man stabbed or cut 9-year-old daughter, himself to death. Are masks on right? What experts, high school basketball coaches and players say. COVID-19 milestone, vaccines given out number cases of the disease. More vaccine opportunities coming to Lake County. 6 things you can do to protect your pets in the frigid weather. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Bill to decriminalize personal use amounts of drugs introduced in Washington legislature. Significantly colder conditions, temperatures in Seattle expected to drop to lows in 20s next week. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Bulgaria, Greece, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Green alert for tropical cyclone Faraji 21, population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone 1821, population affected by category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, February 6th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Sunshine returns late Saturday, big cool down next week. 9-year-old girl shot in head in road rage incident in Katy area, sheriff says. Bar owner found guilty for 2019 assault on former Astros player's son and godson. Police looking for men accused of robbing, tying up teens while they were logged onto virtual classes. Woman charged in U.S. Capitol riot can take trip to Mexico, federal judge says. Houston area couple left without dream wedding and venue deposit due to pandemic. How many COVID-19 vaccines have been given out in your state? Britt Reed, son of Andy Reid and assistant Chiefs coach, involved in multi-car crash. Select pharmacies set to administer vaccine as early as next week. County by county breakdown on COVID-19 vaccine distributions. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Asylum seekers stuck in Cyprus cramped camp want out. Brady vs. Mahomes offers Super Bowl of contrasting styles. Best of the best impressed, Brady is the gold standard. Turkish president takes action at protest rocked university. AP interview, Olympic champion adds voice to Me Too movement. U.S., China top diplomats discuss key issues, show differences. Celtics edge Georgeless Clippers 119-115 behind Tatum's 34. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, a Newark woman survived being trapped in her van for 4 days in the snow. Cuomo, New Yorkers with pre-existing conditions to receive COVID-19 vaccine starting February 15th. Ranked choice voting was supposed to deter candidates from going negative. Special interest groups, not so much. Self-proclaimed subway defender seen fighting with writers in video. City is sued over District 75 schools for students with disabilities. A guide to the Defense Production Act, the law that could boost vaccine supply in New York. In mayoral forum, homeless New Yorkers demand answers for a long-standing crisis. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. $100 million budget and the power of oversight. What is a controller and why should you care? 1,000 NY state inmates to be vaccinated, as Cuomo reverses course on bond. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, M4.4 quake has struck near Polikontis in Greece. Light earthquake, M4.6 quake has struck near Baganga in Philippines. Minor earthquake, 3.38 mag has occurred near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake, 3.65 mag was detected near Lucian in Oklahoma. Minor earthquake, 3.49 mag was detected near Charlotte Amalia in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake, 3.55 mag strikes near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake, 3.58 mag has occurred near Charlotte Amalia in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake, 3.89 mag has occurred near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake, 2.9 mag strikes near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake 2.9 mag, 86 kilometers N of Charlotte Amalia, U.S. Virgin Islands. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Q&A, documenting COVID-19 effect on youth sexual and reproductive health. Helping survivors of violence seek justice through forensic science in the West Bank. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. FBI raids Trump supporters who spoke at rally the day before the Capitol storming, interrogates random Trump supporters who never even went. YouTube doesn't want you to watch the World War I conspiracy. The globalists are done and need a bigger virus as economic fraud is exposed. Bill Gates and neo-feudalism, a closer look at Farmer Bill. Biggest gun control bill in history targets the poor, will make millions of felons overnight. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Explainer, how Trump's second impeachment trial will work. Fox Business cancels Lou Dobbs tonight after a decade. No, an FBI agent killed in Florida wasn't investigating Hunter Biden's laptop. Did Netflix cancel Cobra Kai, effective immediately? Did an armed student take hostages at Marjorie Taylor Greene's high school? Tax forms help reveal extent of unemployment fraud in U.S. Biden says erratic Trump shouldn't get intel briefings. GOP Missouri lawmaker indicted on fraud refuses to resign. Did a Florida town declare the first week of February Trump week? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. MyPillow CEO's video rehashes debunked election fraud claims. Both sides spin CBO report in COVID-19 relief debate. Headlines distort the facts on CDC mask order. Buffett didn't donate to Biden or cause pipeline to be cancelled. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. I wear this Everlane flannel as much as I possibly can. Her spooky hotel elevator video went viral, then she was found dead. How Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk slut-shamed a sex worker. Bill Maher defends Armie Hammer and blames his accusers. Biden goes big on immigration and dares GOP to stop him. Will Meghan Markle and Buckingham Palace ever call a truce? Biden Press Secretary Jen Psaki prepares for end of media honeymoon. I'm not gonna be a pushover. 2021 Sundance Film Festival's Best Movies, From Coda to Sharks to Rita Moreno. Our terrorists are an arm of the GOP. Will Biden say it? I've documented cancel culture for years. Marjorie Taylor Greene is no cancel culture victim. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Patrick Mahomes' huge contract. 10 fun comparisons. Buccaneers want to avoid another slow start versus Chiefs. Family of missing California woman hold rallies to continue search. Braves bring back Marcell Ozuna on 4-year, $65 million deal. Buccaneers Antoine Winfield Jr. lives out father's Super Bowl dream. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Interstellar probe mission would go twice as fast and far as the Voyager's. The sky this week. Venus and Jupiter mingle in the morning sky. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Polar vortex could send wind-chilled temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit. Climate change may have played a key role in pandemic, study says. Johnson & Johnson seeks U.S. approval for one-dose COVID vaccine. Johnson & Johnson seeks emergency approval for one-shot COVID vaccine. Misinformation about COVID vaccine and infertility raises alarm. Pregnant women concerned about COVID vaccine over lack of data. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. 2 more men connected to Netflix's Cheer charged with sexual misconduct. Biden says Trump too erratic to get intelligence briefings granted to other ex-presidents. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell offers President Biden all 30 NFL stadiums as COVID vaccination sites. Itty-bitty chameleon species discovered on Madagascar believed to be smallest reptile on Earth. Fox News cancels Lou Dobbs program. Biden says no need for Trump to get intel briefs. Nazi secretary prosecuted in Germany, charged with 10,000 accessory to murder counts. Judge rules Republican Claudia Tenney defeats NY Rep Brindisi in nation's last open congressional race. De Blasio calls on NY to give the city more power to step up and make vaccinations. New Orleans bars ordered shut for Mardi Gras due to COVID. The following headlines are from military.com. Missing soldiers unit suffered from low morale before his disappearance, investigation finds. Floaty Bois and Homo Spaciens, Space Force reveals list of rejected troop names. Sailors assigned to Navy boot camp in submarine die of COVID-19. Air Force launches global review of base security after intruder boards C-40 aircraft. 10 pounds of plastic explosives reportedly missing from Marine Combat Training Base. Pentagon will deploy 1,000 active duty troops to assist COVID-19 vaccine drive. The Air Force wants to supercharge wound healing by reprogramming cells. National Guard deployment to secure D.C. will cost nearly $500 million. 82nd Airborne disputes claims of mass outbreak of COVID-19 at training center. Biden strikes tough tone on Russia in diplomatic push. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Cook County Public Health co-lead Dr. Rachel Rubin loses both her parents to COVID-19 in surreal 2-week span. Late planning, decentralized oversight, a Hunger Games sign-up, how Illinois has struggled more than most states rolling out the COVID-19 vaccine. Nearing another strike, Lightfoot versus CTU escalates conflicts between City Hall and Chicago's public school teachers. Coronavirus in Illinois updates. State sets another one-day vaccination record with nearly 75,000 doses administered as 3,660 new COVID-19 cases and 83 deaths reported. Feds charge Gladstone Park man with felon eyes after he allegedly posed outside Nancy Pelosi's office during Capitol riot. CPS proposes slower phase-in for school reopening, but CTU says any new lockouts would spur a strike. We don't leave people behind. Judge rules Trump Hotel in Chicago violated Illinois environmental laws. Snow sculpting championship in Lake Geneva. After cheerleaders' claims of sexual harassment and racial bias, Northwestern University vows to listen to concerns from current and former team members. Boot camp at Naval Station Great Lakes sees first COVID-19 death. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Out of this world, Shepard put golf on moon 50 years ago. Women's voices in the media still outnumbered by those of men, study. Long live superconductivity, short flashes of light with sustaining impact. Pandemic caused staggering economic, human impact in developing counties, research says. Genes for face shape identified. Fingerprint for the formation of nitrous oxide emissions. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, February 6th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Turmeric for joint pain and inflammation, does it really work? The Permian extinction, life on Earth nearly disappeared during the Great Dying. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. China gives approval for broader use of Sinovac vaccine. AP Week in Pictures, Global. Dustin Johnson within one shot of lead at Saudi International. Best of the best impressed, Brady is the gold standard. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Word Game, February 6, 2021. Bridge, February 6, 2021. Horoscopes, February 6, 2021. Rick Astley and Axl Rose share advice. Ask Amy, I'm terrified that this fun thing will get my grandchildren kidnapped or killed. Harriet Cole, my loud brothers bully my sensitive boyfriend. Miss Manners, it's her fault that I cannot understand what she said. Dear Abby, what if my granddaughter's sleuthing reveals my lie? San Jose Sharks respond after Bob Bauner's rant, sometimes you need that. High Court rules California cannot totally ban indoor worship. Belmont, Bank of America branch robbed Friday. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. AP Week in Pictures, North America. Friday Sports in Brief. Welcome to Randaland, home he turned into an art exhibit. Neglect, frustration mark neighborhood revitalization effort. Not finding figurines of black folks, he's sculpting them. Professor studies Spanish flu survivor stories amid epidemic. Ghost kitchens boost revenue for struggling restaurants. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Was election denial just a get-rich-quick scheme? Donors' lawsuits look for answers. Dem senator warns, if the party wants to lose Georgia, break the promise made in the runoff. Filibuster or bust. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, February 6, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Shuffling bubbles reveal how liquid foams evolve. The Lancet Public Health survey taken after France's first COVID-19 wave indicates almost one-third of working-age people could reject a vaccine. Signs of burnout can be detected in sweat. Mathematics develop new classes of stellar dynamic system solutions. Non-teleost ray-finned fishes exhibit mosaic genomic features of lobe and ray-finned fishes. Sensor and detoxifier in one. Computer can determine whether you'll die from COVID. Drug breakthrough gives longest ever survival in non-resectable liver cancer patients. RUDN University mathematicians reduced neural network size 6 times without post-training. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2 carjackings reported in Edgewater. Republicans censured Joe McCarthy for the sake of decency. Now they applaud Marjorie Taylor Greene. Armed carjackings reported at Wicker Park parking lot. 2 ATMs stolen in Chicago Lawn, Ashburn businesses. Man fatally shot breaking up fight in Austin, 1 in custody, police. Horoscope for Saturday, February 6, 2021. Rideshare driver carjacked at gunpoint in Westtown. Advocates urge city to use hotels, abandoned houses to keep homeless warm during cold snap. Michael O'Brien's high school basketball notebook. Maine South edges Loyola in a battle of the area's premier defenses. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Following arrest of Nice, Missouri man charged in U.S. Capitol riot. It's going to get damn cold in St. Louis starting very soon. Ex-boyfriend charged with murder of South St. Louis mom, daughters. Missouri Governor Parson adamant about unemployment repayments. Nathaniel Reed Bakery makes Yelp list of best in U.S. and Canada. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Let's jazz up our Black History Month with some cannabis. Michigan's sheriff uses county email to peddle baseless conspiracy theories. The Scarab Club is celebrating Black History Month for the first time with an exhibition by Black Detroit artists. Iconic Detroit artist Charles McGee has died. Detroit gets green light to begin demolishing, renovating thousands of blighted homes. Michiganders drank more than the CDC defines as heavy drinking in 2020, according to survey. Rashida Tlaib cried while recounting the death threat she's received in House floor speech. Michigan man sentenced for pointing BB gun at black man who was grilling with his child. Some Michigan restaurants are deciding not to reopen for indoor dining, even though it's allowed. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, February 6, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Which NFL team should be calling about Deshaun Watson? Openings and closings, Lucille's Hospitality launches, Canpay Club opens. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, order epic spreads for Super Bowl Sunday. El Dorado Nights, a visual tribute and celebration. Reminder, the rigged election theory started with Bernie Bros. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, Nomadland. The next headlines are about world records making news. German ultra-runner breaks 100k treadmill world record, Euro Weekly News. 94-year-old Canadian becomes world's oldest water skier, what record-making clip, Hindustan Times. Limousin world record broken as heifer sells for 250,000 GNS, Somerset County Gazette. New Zealand all-rounder Bruce Taylor, who set a world record on test debut, passes away, News 18. Father and son drumming duo amped for world record attempt, Independent Online. Squash player smashing world records in Katy, the Bay's News First, Sun Live. Top spin at the test, Joe Root could set the world record for the most test runs in a calendar year, Daily Mail. Qatar skydive parachutists set Guinness World Record, Gulf Times. Saanich student preparing to beat 3 Guinness World Records, CTV News VI. Smash Brothers, Melee World Record set 20 years later following $3,000 bounty, Screen Rant. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Trump team bargained for ownership stake in Parler if the president made an account, report. Apple has reportedly hit pause on electric car talks with Hyundai and Kia. Amazon fails to stall unionization vote in Alabama. Researchers just looked at Neanderthal poop to understand their guts. How to ditch WhatsApp for good. Which of the rejected names for Space Force members should have made the cut? Let's break down that WandaVision opening credits sequence, shall we? Plex Media has a big security flaw. Open channel, show us your Super Bowl setup. Nvidia's $40 billion ARM acquisition is under scrutiny. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was via Alsdriven, South Africa at 107.24 degrees Fahrenheit or 41.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Seligen Sea in Russia at minus 60.7 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 51.5 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Gaming sites are still letting streamers profit from hate. Tweaking COVID vaccines to fight variants won't require big trials, FDA says. Klobuchar targets big tech with biggest antitrust overhaul in 45 years. Mac utility homebrew finally gets native Apple Silicon and M1 support. Chrome users have faced 3 security concerns over the past 24 hours. SpaceX plans Starlink phone service, emergency backup, and low-income access. Super high-fidelity Mario, the quest to find original gaming audio samples. Cops cannot access $60 min seized Bitcoin, fraudster won't give password. Looking for a tiny but powerful PC? Check out the Minis 4M U820/U850. Not just Facebook, Snap, Unity warn Apple's tracking change threatens business. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Lou Dobbs lashes out at Fox after his show is cancelled. Trumpism is a Christian nationalist movement. Bill Maher blasts religion for Capitol riots. Mitt Romney has a surprisingly great idea to cut poverty. Watch, Bill Maher explains why being a loser with no love life is a good thing. Here's why conservatives are now targeting the victims of the Capitol riot. The polls are in, and the Republican Party looks like a total mess. Gambit by House Democrats will force Trump to adopt an impossible position, report. George Takei and George Conway send off cancelled Lou Dobbs, with poetry. Trump praises Lou Dobbs after Fox cancelled his show. He had a loyal following. Watch, Biden cites Trump's erratic behavior as reason to deny him intel briefings. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The fossil fuel debate's most bizarre byproduct, petromasculinity. I moderated a Facebook Live event with 2 nursing home residents. It was shocking. The White House doesn't want to hear from Larry Summers. The GOP is seriously ridiculous, and ridiculously dangerous. Dominion voting lawyer suggests OWN may be next for a mega lawsuit. Humans are walloping sea creatures with deadly, disorienting noise. From our archives, Billy Bragg is redder than ever. Letting people out of prison to avoid COVID isn't that controversial. Are conservative policies killing us? Consider the source. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Harvard astronomer argues that alien vessel paid us a visit, France 24. A deep dive into the wormhole of sci-fi invention, Financial Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. 10 interesting things we read this week, Forbes India. Linguistic intelligence and right-handed, ambidextrous people, The Mast Online, themastonline.com. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, February 6, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Navy UFO patent documents talk of space-time modification weapon. Missing flying saucer abductee found UFO Chronicle 1975. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, February 6th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.